So what's good, homies? It's your man, King Ray Ray. Appreciate y'all joining me today. We're going to try a little something different, man, and do some regular upload content for a change. You know, many of us put ourselves in positions in life to lose because we just never learn how to live for ourselves. We continue to live for other people, consider other people in all our decisions, and even some of us make decisions that are better for other people than they are for us. And we find solace in the fact that we are doing a good deed. But you can never be doing a good deed when you're doing something that's affecting you negatively. So today we're going to talk about 7 things you can do to avoid the designated failure path of living your life for other people. Now, first of all, you can't allow other people's opinion of you to shape your opinion of yourself by pointing out your flaws. Because technically speaking, there are no flaws, just tools. You understand what I'm saying? If you have a Phillips head screw, you can try to unscrew it with a flathead screwdriver and it will work. But it's going to take a lot more effort because the screw head isn't made for that particular tool. But if you have a Phillips head screwdriver, quick job. You see what I'm saying? There are strengths and there are things that are not quite as strong as your strengths, but that's why those things are called strengths, because they go above and beyond the call of duty when it comes to providing you the tools and tactics that you need to navigate this life. One of the tools that you must use is selfishness. Selfishness is not a flaw. It is a tool. It is something you use to make sure that you guard yourself from putting yourself in an unfair position, knowingly or unknowingly. You never want to be the guy who puts yourself in a position that you think is a winning position, only to realize that it's a winning position for someone else and a losing proposition for yourself. That's just not something you want to do. Another tool is help those who help themselves. So you can't just go around helping everyone. That's not a tool. That's a fool. You have to help those who help themselves. It is your job to help those who help themselves. It makes you feel like you're contributing to society to help those who help themselves. And there's a group of people who are always going to be indebted to you if you help those who help themselves. If you help those who are not helping themselves, you are not helping them. You are enabling them to continue to not help themselves. See, effort is all helping yourself means. Even if your effort is not panning out to much success, if I see you with the effort, then I will help you along your path to success. The third tool, don't compromise your belief system. Hey man, I believe certain things, certain so-called holidays, I don't celebrate. I'm not going to celebrate them for you. I'm not going to celebrate them for them. Any woman who's going to be around me is not going to celebrate them. If she has to celebrate them, she's not going to be the woman around me. I'm not going to compromise my belief system because everything that I am, everything that I become, everything that I build, everything I am building is based on that belief system. So why would I do anything adverse to that? Because when I do something adverse to that belief system, I'm doing something adverse to my entire life. My entire life has been a joke. The second thing that you must avoid in order to keep from putting yourself on the path to destruction, that is living for other people, is you don't have to be like everyone else or anyone else for that matter. You can just be you. I would advise you to just be you. Your path to success is based on you just being you. Your path of success is yours. If you become someone else, you're not on your path of success because your path of success requires you to be you, the authentic version of yourself, and surround yourself with the people who are okay with that version of yourself or who even like that version of yourself, who prefer that version of you. See what I'm saying? People will come into your life and expect you to change for them. But if you have to change for someone, that's not the person you're supposed to be around. Am I saying we're all supposed to stay the same and throughout our entire lives? No. I'm saying the core of who you are as a man is supposed to remain the same. But yes, you can improve in all areas. But we're not talking about improvement. We're talking about becoming something else that benefits someone else better or that someone else is more satisfied with. That's a path to self-destruction. You cannot succeed if that's your mindset and outlook. Another aspect of that is common doesn't necessarily mean normal. See, we use the word normal to mean popular. If it's popular, it's normal. No, if it's popular, it's just common. That doesn't make it normal. Normal is being in the state of who you are. A normal dog barks. A normal fish swims. A normal lion hunts. A normal man is a provider and protector for his family. So just because more men are settling into scenarios where they allow the women to be the breadwinner, that doesn't mean that it's a normal thing. It's just common. And those things are just normal in a particular environment. You get outside of that environment and they are absolutely abnormal. The third thing you must avoid in order to stay out of the death trap that is living for others is you got to live life for you and the path that you want to travel. See, living your life for you doesn't just stop at being who you want to be and saying what you want to say and not biting your tongue and all that. It goes further than that. It goes into making sure that you are living the life you need to live to be on the path you need to be on. If the path you need to be on says take your shoes off right now, guess what? You're on that path barefoot. People may be looking at you pointing, oh, he don't have any shoes. They don't understand you're on such a delicate part of your journey that you don't want your shoes to scuff it up. It's a delicate, sensitive part of your journey. So you need to be barefoot so you can feel everything to make sure you're not stepping on the wrong part of the path. You see what I'm saying? The fourth thing that you must avoid in order to avoid the trap, the destitute state of living for someone else, meeting others' expectations, only makes you a knockout version of them. People only want you to meet their expectations when they want a version of themselves that they can't be. See what I'm saying? A woman will shape you into the man that she would want to have, to juxtapose against herself and make a complete package in her mind. A job would want you to become the employee that they want you to be, whether it benefits you or not, because that works best with their agenda. Meeting others' expectations is never going to be the best thing for you because no one looks at you and says, you know what, he's such a great guy that I'm going to do everything in my power to help him become the version of himself that benefits him, even if it doesn't benefit me. So if they won't do that for you, do you know how lowly you must think of yourself in order to say, I'm me, and I'm going to lower my standards and lower myself and lower my self-expectations for someone else? It just doesn't make sense to do that. So you have to make sure that when you're on your path, you're doing the things that are absolutely necessary, because you don't want to wake up one day and you don't know who you are. And you realize that you've just become a knockout version of someone else, because the sad thing about being a knockout version of someone else is you'll never be able to compete with the original version. If I start becoming you today, I'll never catch you on being you because you have a lifetime head start. You have a from the womb birthday head start. And I can never compete with that because every day, no matter how hard I work, you're still being you every day. So I can't catch up because every day you do it again. You see what I'm saying? It makes no sense to try to be someone else or be what someone else wants you to be or be like someone else. It just makes no sense. And one thing you cannot do in this life, you cannot intentionally and willingly do things that make no sense when it comes to the process of your progress. The fifth thing that you must avoid in order to avoid the destitute state of living for others is don't let people define you. Everyone can find a definition for you. I don't let people define me. I'm on a mission. I'm on a path. There's someone I'm following on this path, and his name is the Most High. I'm following God on this path. I'm following Jehovah on this path. I'm going forward on this path. I'm not going to let any man or men or women or people stop me from going where I'm going with their name calling and their shaming language and their ridicule. I don't care about any of that. I have a place to be, and I'm going to that place, whether you want to go there with me or not. Even if you want to stand in the way and be an obstacle, I'm going to go over you, around you, under you, through you. I'm going to be on this path. And that's how you must view life. You must be on this path that you're supposed to be on. You can't afford to not be on your path because someone says, oh, ha, 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 look at him on that path. That is not a good path. No one has ever traveled that path. Something's wrong with that guy. That guy doesn't know where he's going. Who is that guy following? That guy has a map that is backwards. He's not going to. You can't worry about what people say because people are going to try to define you all the time because they're being defined in their lives. Most people live lives where every single day they're being defined. What kind of father they are, what kind of husband they are, what kind of wife they are, what kind of mother, what kind of father, what kind of sister, what kind of brother, what kind of everything. And those people feel that, okay, well, I'm tired of being judged. Let me judge someone else. You can't worry about people's judgment and definitions of you, man, because their definition is going to change when their perception changes. You don't even have to do anything different. Their definition of you is going to change when their perception of you changes, regardless of the reason for that perception change. It doesn't matter. The sixth thing that you must do to avoid the destitute state of living for others is remember that your experiences shape you into who you are, and those lessons are necessary for your journey. You can't throw away the lessons you learned in life because someone else says, well, this works better. You can't throw away the tools that you've gained in life because someone else says, hey, I got a toolkit that works great for my life. You should throw your toolkit away that works great for your life and try mine for your life. You can't do that because you know for a fact one thing. You know the tools in your toolkit for life work. Theirs may work for their life, but you don't know that one tool you need to get through that last hurdle in life. They may not have a set of Allen wrenches. You know you got two. You understand what I'm saying? You know you have two. So why give your set away when you don't know what's in theirs? Keep the tools that you've used throughout your life. Keep them sharp, keep them oiled, keep them ready to go, keep them in proper working condition. And when it's time to replace them, make sure you're looking around at your life, paying attention to your life so you can know what tools you could use to replace them. What updated tools are available to you. And the seventh and final thing that you must avoid in order to not find yourself caught up in the destitute state of existence that is living for others instead of living for yourself is remember, everything has a positive perspective. Your job is to find it. You have to look at everything in your life. You have to find something positive. You have to look and say, okay, this is positive. That is positive. Well, that is not positive. You have to find the silver lining in the storm cloud. That is your job. No one else is going to do it for you. No one else cares if you find it. Because you know what? Everybody else is looking for the silver lining in their own storm cloud. Or either just existing in the storm without even knowing there's a silver lining there. I want y'all to take these 7 things, apply them to your life. Let's do a quick rundown. Number 1. There are no flaws, just tools. Selfishness is a tool, not a flaw. Helping those who help themselves instead of helping everyone is a tool, not a flaw. Not compromising your belief system is a tool, not a flaw. Number 2, you don't have to be like everyone else or anyone else for that matter. Because common doesn't necessarily mean normal. Outside of whatever particular environment that common is normal in, you get outside that environment, that thing may not even exist, let alone be normal. Number 3, live your life for you and the path that you want to travel. There's only one you. There's only one direction for your success. You could take the roundabout way, but you're going to go all around the world and you got to come back to that same spot to be successful. So what's the quickest distance between 2 points? A straight line. Go straight from start to finish. Don't do a whole lot of playing around and lollygagging around and circling around the world and trying to see the sights. Get there as quick as you can so you can figure out how to maintain it for as long as you can. Number 4, meeting others' expectations only makes you a knockoff version of them. You cannot afford to be someone else because the bottom line is you'll never be someone else effectively enough to be successful being someone else. Notice how in the NBA they always say the next Michael Jordan. See, after all these years, there hasn't been a new Michael Jordan. There's LeBron James, there's a Kobe Bryant, but there is no new Michael Jordan. You know why? Because you can't come and be someone else. There's only one Michael Jordan. Number 5, don't let people define you. People can define you all they want to, but that's their definition of you. When you embrace and accept that definition of you, then you're letting them define you. So otherwise, they're just throwing an opinion out there. Their definition of you doesn't matter unless you accept their definition of you. Number 6, your experiences shape you into who you are, and those lessons are necessary for your journey. Those lessons that I call tools at number 1. Those tools are necessary for your journey. You cannot sacrifice those tools or give those tools up or trade those tools in because the one thing is those tools are made for your journey. Everyone else's tools is made for their journey. And number 7, everything has a positive. Your job is just to find it. If you spend your life always finding the positive in everything, now I'm not saying go around thinking, oh, yes, life is this perfect place. And I'm not saying life is a perfect place. I'm saying in order to keep you from being weighed down by the negativities of life, you have to find the positive. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic. I look forward to hearing what you residents of the kingdom have to say. Peace.